hala. Cevaplıcı aşkım.
Evet, cevapçı.
İyi lan bu daha çok. Aha börekçi var şurada.
Valla burası meşhur bir börekçiye benziyor. Bakalım neler var. Bayağı börekler. Güzel duruyor ya, patatesli falan. Deneyelim. Şimdi kahve söyledik. Burada Bosna kahvesi diye geçiyor. Bildiğimiz Türk kahvesi aslında. Yalnız kendilerine özgü bir sunum geliştirmişler bu şekilde. Fincanlar çok tatlı. Bakın içinde hilal var, Müslümanlığı simgeleyen. Kahve bu şekilde geliyor. Siz döküyorsunuz. Burada işte lokum falan getiriyorlar. Şeker atmak isterseniz. Google Maps'te Saraybosna'daki tur şirketlerini aratırken bir yer buldum. Bunların da her gün günde 2 kere bir şehir turu varmış, ücretsiz. Yürüyerek etrafı anlattıkları. Şimdi ona katılacağız. Bakalım turun sonunda bahşiş usulüyle çalışıyorlar.
Bosnia and Herzegovina, or Bosna Herzegovina, how we say. Like many other things about this country, this is also sometimes confusing for people. For most of our history, Bosnia was kind of the primary name of this particular region where we are right now. And this is an older name that goes back to the 10th century AD when it was first mentioned in historical record. And for practical reasons, we typically just say Bosnia here as well. So Iranian. So it was really Sarajevo's little university, a very advanced school for the time. More advancing school conception about the Ottoman Empire, and to particularly hear about the Balkans, because so back in the Ottoman Empire, there were two systems of time that were used for different purposes. One of them that was much less popular among people because it wasn't very relevant to Muslims back then. This was known as time alla Franca, or Frankish time, which basically means European time. To the Ottomans, to Middle Eastern countries, Frank basically meant European. So Frankish time was actually mean time, which is the system of time that pretty much the entire world knows and uses today, and that is very familiar to all of you. Caravanserai essentially mean the same thing. A caravanserai was an old form of accommodation that was unique to these Islamic civilizations and that was specifically designed for merchants. Think of it as guest houses built every 30 kilometers down the trade routes of the Ottoman Empire, so that every once in a while merchants and other travelers, typically merchants, would have a reliable, safe place to stay that was actually free of charge as well. For up to 3 nights you could actually stay at the caravanserai completely free of charge. Now, of course, this was originally based in Islamic teachings of hospitality, which literally say that everyone who is able to has to provide 3 free nights of stay for a traveler in need. But of course, this is also something that stimulated a lot of commerce and trade around the entire empire, and especially in its cities, and especially in Sarajevo, which was, as I mentioned, a trading town first and foremost. So Sarajevo had many of these khans absolutely everywhere. Gazi Husrev Bey himself actually built 3, but this is the only one that remains, and actually the only caravanserai in all of Sarajevo that still has its original form, even though of course renovated and restored over the very turbulent centuries of our history, but always in its original form, which is why it's one of the places in Sarajevo that feels almost like literally walking back into the Ottoman period. Now, of course, it's no longer an actual khan where you can sleep, especially not for free, but it does retain this sense of hospitality in a slightly different way today. Now, it's mostly known for a very cozy and atmospheric traditional Bosnian coffee place that you can see over there behind you, known as divan. Now this is a very easy recommendation if anyone is looking to try Bosnian coffee. Not that the coffee here is necessarily any better than in other places, but simply because of its historic ambience, and since it's along the way and coffee always comes up, and there are many questions that you may be asking as well. Now, we will talk about Bosnian coffee more and maybe answer some of these difficult mysteries, like what the hell is the difference between Turkish coffee or Bosnian coffee, for example. But we will talk about it a little bit later in a slightly more appropriate spot. Now, just a place where I can actually recommend you try it or other traditional things. You can order anything alcoholic here, of course, not only because it's in the heart of the Ottoman parts of Sarajevo, but because it's still part of Gazi Husrev Bey Vakuf property. So an Islamic endowment, of course, can be home to a locale that serves of course, to symbolize the blood that was spilled on every one of these locations and to serve as a memorial and constant reminder to the victims of the siege. Almost 200 of these Sarajevo roses can be seen all over the city, so this is something for you to keep an eye out for as you walk around on your own.
Daha çok çevirmen lazım. Aha. Yani şey çok ilginç. Neredeyse her taraftan turist var burada. Müslüman var. Yani İngiltere'den gelenler var, İspanya'dan gelenler var. Çok ilginç. Arap taraflarından gelenler var. Yani gerçekten çok karışık bir ülke. Turizmde de bunu görüyoruz. Güzel, ben beğendim aslında.